What's going on, everybody? You tune back into the Biz with D right here, right now. We got our girl, little Mo, with us. What's going on, Mo?
Scarlet, how are you?
Doing great. So glad to have you back. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks for having me back. Because, some people, when you done with them, you be like, yeah, I can't wait for them to leave. You know what I'm saying? But glad to be back, like, for real.
No, we had to have you come back because the last time you came on, interview was great. We loved chatting with you. The fans loved it. They like you. Your fans were really tuned in. I was like, okay, shout out to Mo's fans.
Yeah, they better be tuning in. Shoot, all this knowledge I be dropping.
Right, all the tea and all. Love it.
Yep.
So now I know you've got. First, let me just say congratulations because you've got so many new things going on. You've got new management. You've got a new label. You've got a new album. You've got a new book. I mean, new love life, everything. So just, like, congratulations because that's all exciting.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when I clean house, I clean house. Not only my personal but my business house. And it was much needed and necessary. And, sometimes when you're cleaning house, because I'm going to use it in, like, not a spiritual term, but basically layman's term, when you're cleaning your house, sometimes it's a lot of clutter, and it could be hoarding going on, meaning that you got a lot of stuff going on, but stuff isn't organized. And with house cleaning, there's something like, I want to keep this. I want to hang on to this because I might need it. Just get rid of it. And that's what I did with people, places, things, even some of my ways. I had to get rid of them for me to go to the next level, for people to really see the maturation and the beautification and all that I worked so hard for. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff, and it hurt for me to get rid of it, but it's gone, and I don't even realize that, that it's not there. It's just like, I forgot that even existed. So when a lot of people remind me things, I'll be like, oh, okay, child, that been out of my life, and I thank God for that, because a lot of times, I could say I hung on to a lot of stuff. I held on to a lot of hurt and stuff, and I noticed it, while we were filming R&B Divas LA, while I was writing my book, while I was even recording my album, and I was just like, you know what, I got to start fresh. I can't be. I was becoming everything that I didn't like. So yeah, I had to clean house.
I know that's right, and in life you've got to do that, and a lot of people don't understand. With us being in the entertainment industry, we understand once one thing changes, you really have to clean house, because that person might tell you business to this person, and they might try to. People are so damn cutthroat, and people be like, "Oh, well, they irregular. We're regular people. Yeah, we're regular people, but we've got to clean out quicker than you've got to get rid of that man, that woman, that publicist." That bitch down there, the whole thing.
No, that's the truth, because a lot of people, and it's sad to say, it's so many people, once you start cleaning the house, honestly, once you open your eyes, because you be so hyped for people to be around and want to work with you, never to the point, you're just like, wait, what's their chin? What's their here for? What's their angle? Because everybody comes with a smile on their face, but they might have a knife behind their hand behind their back with a knife in it. And they just wait, and they just around, just trying to get information and intel to try to steal your joy, basically. Like, well, I know this, and I'll tell her. I'm like, you know what? Since you put it out there, you're going to tell her. I'm going to tell her so you can tell it, and they're going to believe me because it's my story. But it's a lot of people in this industry who, like, try to hang around and hang on and be around me. Some I was even in relationships with or married to. It was like, they just hanging on because they want it to be, like, if I start falling and, shit start getting real, they'll be the one to say, yeah, I tried to warn them. I tried to save them from myself. Child, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Be gone. So, yeah, I'm just glad to, basically still be around, and just my mom and I used to laugh at them when they say, just to be in my right mind. It's a lot of people that's not in their right mind, so they're making irrational decisions, and I'm glad that, I was in my right mind with every decision I made. Of course, a lot of people got on me because it's a lot of things they didn't understand. It was a lot of things that I shared with the world with being on TV that, it's like 1 minute you see me married, the next minute you see me I'm not. And then I have to wean everybody off of what I've given them. And I'm just like, I'm tired of explaining myself. I'm tired of, living like, I always got to backtrack everything I do. I said, so this time around, I got a chance to do it right, everything the right way, from management to family to business to, like, everything. Imaging, everything is going to the next level, for real.
I know that's right, and everything looks good. And you even mentioned the fact of storage. You've got the new book, Taming Little Mo, which is your autobiography, and it's a tell-all book. What made you want to write the book? Because when I heard about it, I was like, oh, shit, Mo about to go in on it.
Mo about to spill. She about to get all the industry tea. But you know what? It's so easy to tell everybody else's secrets and then have to sit there and explain why you told. I said, why don't I just tell my own? People were speculating for years anyway about how did I meet Fabulous? How did we, become so cool? How did you get to go on the road with Missy Elliott? People, what do you call it? People for years try to figure it out. Oh, she must be sleeping with somebody. Like, people always try to pin that on me. Like, all my success and all my, good and all my accolades, it was always equated with, oh, she had to be sleeping with somebody. So I told myself, like, no, I wasn't sleeping with nobody. I didn't have to sleep my way to the top. That's why my climb may take a little bit longer than others, because I was just like, you know what? It is easy to fall into that trap of, all right, let me go do this right quick. But I always feel like a quick fix, man, it results in a quick fall. And there's a lot of people who won't have the opportunity to come back to the music industry because of the choices they made. So I was like, you know what, I will take the slow grind, and I have my integrity in the end. And can't nobody ever say, like Irv Gotti told me, nobody can throw a stone at you or your name is clean, Mo. People can say what they want, they could assume. But the powers that be know that your name is clean. So that makes you untouchable. And I've always, no matter what we went through, because I talk about that in the book, how I was on the road with Ja. Our song was #1 everywhere. And then I was kicked off the tour. But it had nothing to do with me and how we fell out. But how we, mutually came back together was like, you know what, let's let bygones be bygones. That takes maturity. That takes, reasoning. That takes, you know what, we are bigger than this little issue that we didn't even create. You know what I'm saying? It was a matter of paperwork, which, on down the line, I don't want anything to cost me any real friendships anymore. If it's a real friendship, you'll fight for it. Yeah, you'll go through your ups and downs, or, I ain't talking to that person because they played me, because that's outside forces coming in, getting in your ear and talking about, yeah, you was the one that made the song. But for real, though, like, the song and the album was done before I even got on it. I came back and did the part 2 of Put It On Me. So I talk about all of that in the book, like how I let people get my ear. We started doing diss records against each other. And I was just like, yo, and had it not been for Funk Flex telling, don't add fuel to that fire. That's a man. You're a woman. Carry yourself as a lady. And then, everybody else, go ahead, yo, you going in. All that stuff was going on in the industry, and I was getting caught up in it because I felt it was like high school. I had to join in. Had it not been for Funk Flex basically telling me to sit my ass down, I might have been in an all-out war and probably couldn't go nowhere. It might have even resulted in maybe something very bad happening to me, because for the simple fact, you just got to mind your business in this industry. Get your people to work out that paperwork. Get them to fix it. If they don't, fire them. Find somebody that will. And it took me 10 years to realize that. But, at least I got a chance to figure it out and make it right. So to this day, I can say Ja Rule and I are friends, but people can get the backstory in the Tame and Little Mo book to see why we fell apart. Because people assume, oh, she was on the road, she was having sex. No, I was not.
Right.
Never seen that man naked. Don't want to see him naked. Don't want to see Fab naked. Those are my brothers. And it's just like, yuck. So when I do see people like, oh, my God, I'm really like, what are you saying? I just see family. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I respect their significant others as well as their wives and their children, their families. Like, I know their families. So it's just certain things I wouldn't risk just to bust a nut. Excuse me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean,
I love the rawness.
They will put their career on the line. Just like, yo, I think if I do this, it's a lot of people I see who going down the drain. It looked like they was popping off and they was doing good, but they did some evil deeds or some wicked things, and it's costing them their careers now. So that karma, a lot of people is catching up with them. And I try to warn people, whether I tell them personally or through a message board or through any of my interviews, I be trying to tell people, just pay attention, because everything that glitters, it really ain't gold. And sometimes you gotta, you gotta lose to win. A lot of people don't realize that. People, oh no, I think you should be further along as an artist. I'm like, that's what you think. I'm good where I'm at, because I'm not trying to go crazy. Or, you know what I'm saying? People are on new levels, new devils, more money, more problems.
Exactly. And that's a good point right there, because a lot of people will be saying to me, like, oh, David, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Why are you not getting this and getting that? I'm like, I'm doing me. What the fuck are you so damn concerned for? I'm good.
there's so many people who don't even, like, that's why I appreciate you for saying congratulations on everything, from the management to the marriage to the mogul to the media to everything that's going on. You know, some people that won't even hit me up, or, like, they don't have my personal information, but they won't even hit me on Instagram or Twitter, say, yo, I want congratulations. Or, well, damn, I guess we got to wait for the show because we're about to start filming third season of Divas. I guess we got to wait for that. They'll hit my friends up and be like, yeah, so did Mo get married? We saw it on the blog. I said, see, people give blogs too much power, which is cute because they don't know a lot of stuff in the blogs. If it's out there and it's about me, I put it there. That's the power that I possess. But it's just like, you could hit me up and say congratulations. People hit me up and say, if I was you, I wouldn't have got into it with so-and-so on the show. I'm like, but you're not me. Just let me know what show you on so I could possibly tune in if I have the time, and then show me how you would handle it. No, everybody always do what they would do if they was in your shoes, but they can't even fit them. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all good.
I even appreciate you telling me that, you know, I'm like the only one that, you know, how you appreciate that because, you know me, I'm a realist, and I say what it is. And I think what the problem is with people is they get caught up in trying to be too much into people's lives, and they try to be like, oh, I just want to know about this. I just want to know about so I can be nosy. Like, stop being so damn nosy and be a real fan. Don't just want to know because you want to be in the gossip and you want to do an amateur blog. Oops, did I just say that? But it's what it is.
No, that's what I be saying too. I be like, and this, like, when people say, yeah, you on the blog, so they're like, well, I haven't seen on media take. I said, well, I know Fred, like, Fred and I are good friends. I said, so chances are you won't see me on there unless I be like, Fred, can you run with this or this and that? So that's why I'm just like, the blogs that are major, like the TMZs and the media takeouts and the major blogs, not to discredit anybody, because there are some up-and-coming blogs that really have great content, but there's some people who they build their blogs off trying to be fake baller alerts. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's trying to do everything they do. The comment creeping, the screenshots, the arguments, the this and that. And I was just like, you know what? I even fell back on my social media. I was just like, I'm just going to promote and use it for what it's worth and reach out to my real fans. Because I noticed people, I was just like, yo, I was falling into that trap of people was like, you look crazy. I was like, well, you look crazier. And then I would screenshot the picture of their page, what they look like, and I would write this soliloquy on, I would be like, look at this young African-American woman. While she could be working or taking care of her children, as I said, she's a God-fearing woman in her Bible, she decides to use her thumbs to thug at me. And I would go, and I was just like, oh, okay, these people are just doing this so they can end up on a special site or something like that to be seen. Because people want attention, whether it's negative or positive. They just want somebody to look at their ass. They were like, well, you just help their followers go. And I said, I'm not doing that no more. Because half of these people, they don't realize that a lot of people don't change their wording, so they'll have two pages. One that hates on me, but one that DMs me asking me, can they send me some products? But they want to see me and their stuff. I ain't stupid. So yeah, I stopped doing a lot.
No, I hear you, and that's the way that it gotta be. Like, even for me, like, I don't even tweet people. That's why, I'll every now and then I might say, hey Mo, check your DM, and then I'll DM you, because I don't be trying to have a whole full-fledged conversation on that stuff unless it's industry people, because people be all up in your shit, and then they want to go in. I don't even read my ass. I'll be like, oh, you tweeted me? Damn, I missed it. Sorry.
I have a do it now because there's not so much of getting caught up in people asking else to do. But chances are, because everywhere we stay, live, or travel is usually at least a 30 or 45-minute ride. So I'm like, oh, well, instead of just sitting here going to sleep or just chilling, I might as well be social, have fun, handle business, but this is business. So if it's not me, it's my assistant doing it, tweeting and posting for me, making sure that we're recycling and keeping everyone current on. Because I be thinking, assuming, like, no, a lot of people don't go back a couple of weeks and check that you have a book coming out or your album coming. So I have to keep on reminding the people, like, this date for this, you have to do it a couple amount of times a day, all day. There be times I'll get more hits at 2 o'clock in the morning than 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, you know that's messy for people to be up that late. But they did.
That's true. Yeah, because because they be looking for some shit and be like, oh, we know so-and-so's going to pop off at this time. We know it. We know it. Yeah, and they be so damn wrong. They be saying, "Oh, check out the album, R&B Divas. This is what I'm doing," and they be mad like shit. They be like, "Oh, I'm going back to sleep."
But then there are people who wake up to be mad, and I'm just like, I never understood that. But hey, to God be the glory.
I never understood that too, and I've even heard you say that like in another interview too. Because my thing is, I'd be up, and people be like, so man, I'd be like, I've been up for days, hours, probably maybe an hour if I'm lucky to sleep, and you mad over some bullshit?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah,
you ain't even living.
Over anything that doesn't cut me a check, or keep my kids a check. Like, it's just certain things I'm not doing anymore. I'm not. If it doesn't benefit me or my family, it doesn't exist. Like, that even goes down to me, even my posts. Like, that's why I'll be like, see y'all here tomorrow, books out it, so people know that I really be out here. I'm really showing love. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm doing. I'm trying to do as much as I can because we leave in a week, so I'm just, like, trying to get all my East Coast stuff out the way, book signings, promo, press, everything, performances, everything out the way. Because once I head to the West, I'm not going to be flying back and forth. So I said, people like, yo, you doing a book signing out here? I'm like, no, I'll be here. This is close enough. So if you want it signed, you can order off my site. Like, I did that. People must have thought I was playing when I said the first certain amount of orders, if you get it in before the 20, I forgot what our cutoff date was because the actual book came out October 7th. Get it in before then. We're going to sign them once the books come in and ship them off. When they saw people posting that I was signing, I want to get my sign. I just ordered mine. I was like, well, we cut off from the signing, so you have to come to a book signing or hopefully keep your book with you. People be thinking I be playing when I say, like, I really be out here. But it's all good.
And you do, because let's even talk about how you are booked for real with your shows, not just the word that people like to say. You're saying booked to be booked. No, but you really do. Like, every time I turn around, shows up the ass. Does it always surprise you, like, that you get so many shows throughout the year?
Yeah. So now I have a booking agent. So thank God for that. For the most part. Like with shows and stuff like that, hosting, speaking engagements, book signings, performances, panels, like all of that stuff. Like, I've been getting a lot of those because a lot of people know that I'm not afraid to talk. I'm not afraid to sing. I'm not afraid to be me. A lot of these people, they book these so-called celebrities or reality stars or, artists. And when they get there, they was just like, it was boring. And it's just like, no, like, you have to be entertaining. So for the most part, a lot of people just are entertained. And they were like, yo, if you're anything like your posts and your tweets and your Instagram, like, we want to be around that. So it's just like, I always try to do my best and give people all of me when I go out. Like, I can't do nothing unless I'm really under the weather. Even then, I still turn up.
I know that's right. And you got to. You got to keep it pushing, especially when you're sick. That's how the big dogs do it, and you definitely are one of the big dogs, so gotta respect that.
Yep.
Now, the book has been out for a couple of days now. How are you surprised with how the response to the book has been so far?
I mean, I always wondered what this is my first book, so I was just like, I wonder, did I do a good job? The literary world is totally different from the music world. People will, they want to know your story, and then some people assume so when you actually tell it, you just want to make sure that it's interesting. So Next Level Publishing was like, we'll bring you in, we'll help you out with it. So I basically told the story, and they made sense. And just from people, my mom even hit me up and was like, I enjoyed your book, very well put together. And for the most part, a lot of people was like, yo, I have a new respect for you now. Like, you really told us your story. So it's just like, I'm getting a lot of respect. People, this one girl said she read the book. She's about to read it again. Some people, they was just like, yo, I was mad at this chapter, but then when I got to the next chapter, you made me laugh. Like, it's really doing what I intended it to do. Bring you through the emotions of Little Mo. And then it lets, your emotions will go up and down, be like, ooh, this happened. So now they want me to do an audio book, so now you can get it, like, really feel it through my voice. So, like, when I read certain chapters, when certain things happen, like the day I lost my virginity, when the boy was like, you don't have to worry about me asking for that again. Like, when I read it in certain voices, I know that the people are going to go up. It's going to feel like a movie. Like, you really feel like you're in my life. So, yep.
And that's hot. And I haven't got it yet, but I'm gonna get it. You know what's funny thing is I might come to your Philly signing because I'm in Delaware, so I'm gonna get the book.
Oh, yeah, that's right up the block.
Yep.
And I'm really gonna be there from 6 to 9. I'm gonna actually be there a little bit earlier because we're gonna have food and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make sure I get me a little plate so everybody start digging over the food. Hello.
Right, 'cause you know how people get in Philly. No shade. And I gotta say, I love the fact that you have been able to, take your story, from music and to write into a book. Like, was it when you decided, I'm gonna write, just write it all? Were you a little skeptical a little bit about it?
I was at first, because I was like, what if it's not interesting? What if my story to some people, what if I was just like, what if people don't honestly understand what I'm talking about? Because there's a lot of stuff I'll put out there and people will take it the wrong way, and I'm like, oh my God, everything I say, it seems like it's misinterpreted as shade, and it's like this. And I was just like, you know what? And then the publisher company was like, no, we'll make sure that it all makes sense and that you come out on top. And even if you touch one life, that, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, all right, since they made me feel comfortable. Even like when I was about to do R&B Divas, a lot of people tried to talk me out of it. Some people, you shouldn't do that because that show is for has-beens. That's like being on Unsung. And I'm just like, you know what? As though you might be right, but I'm going to be on TV. So I know how I'm going to flip it and make it not be Unsung. I'm going to reinvent and make myself relevant and this and that, more relevant than I already consider myself, not what people say. And so I took it, and now we're back for a third season. So obviously, I'm glad I didn't listen to the naysayers who are mad because they don't have any shows on TV or working on any scripts, no movies, no nothing. So
yeah,
for the most part, yeah.
You mentioned movies. You've got let's talk about the movie that you got that comes out on BET.
Yeah, on October 18th. It's called Who Can I Run To? It's a great movie. I'm in it. It's Jessica Reedy of Sunday Best, Latasha Hayes Lockhart, Marvin Sapp. It's some more Kel Mitchell. It's some more actors and actresses. I forget all the names, but we had so much fun. That was my first movie I've ever been a part of, and I have a great, nice, big part. It's not like I have one line and I'm playing a little more. No, I have a character. So that'll be on October 18th. I can't wait to see what I gave on that, because I was turned. Like, I was really anxious, excited, and I'm ready to see how it came out, because I don't get to see it until everyone else gets to see it as well. So I can't wait to see. There's a trailer now. I forgot what site it's on. It's like on a Vimeo link, but for the most part, everybody's like, yo, Mo, those who saw it, like, Mo, you really did your thing. And I was like, thanks, yo, I can't wait to see the thing that I did. But,
right,
this is exciting. This whole journey has been exciting. And even with the book, that's my part one. I'm going to do a part two and everything. So, I'm just excited for all the doors and platforms that are being, open for me, because with this industry, this entertainment, this music industry, you don't get second and third chances. And the fact that I'm still around, and everybody's like, yo, you look better now and more in shape and more excited than before. And I was hyped before, so just imagine me now. So just for everybody still rocking with me, that's a blessing in itself. So, yeah.
Definitely. And you're doing a part two. Would part two be about what's currently going on in your life with the book?
It's going to be, it is not only currently, but like adding on to already what's there. Like, because there's more to the story. This is just the first part to just get everybody, to lure everybody in. Then there's some more stuff like that's happened, like picking up actually where every chapter left off. So, yeah.
That's exciting. I can't wait to get that book in hand tomorrow. I'm definitely going to get in and try to make it out to Philly. Okay. I'll hit you and let you know. And what's exciting is your new music. I gotta say, I'm excited because every time you come back with new music, it's like woo! Like it's like that. It's like you coming back with that sound that you had back then, but bringing it with that new 2014 or whatever year swag it is. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I took it back to the essence of the purest form of the little Mo that everybody came to know and love, because it was always times that it felt like I was doing too much, doing the most, and not doing enough. So I was like, why do people like me? What was it about Superwoman that people like? People like that it was just a basic beat, but I was really singing over it. So with this album, I sang, I rapped, I just gave hip hop and R&B, because a lot of people try to beat themselves at their own game. Like, oh, I got to do a song. Oh, this person did a song about being broken up on, or their heart being broke, so that my heart got to be more broke than theirs, or I got to go through. People always feel like you have to go through something, and that's when everybody will, like, flock to you. I was just like, nah, I'm just talking about situations, be like, yo, I'm always going to be victorious in this thing. I'm always going to be a conqueror. I refuse to lose. And because I will never, I refuse to quit, give up, or die, it's just like I'm always going to take music that empowers you, even if your heart is broken. Even if you down to your last dime, it's just like, yo, sometimes you got to put your pride to the side and be like, yo, I'm going to be all right. You have to believe it and want it for yourself. And that's what I literally have been doing for the last couple of years. I've been off the scene, just like, it was a lot of deals that I was involved in that, like, I haven't made a dime off of, but I'm still here. I haven't lost anything yet. I mean, I gave up some things. I gave up cars, money, marriages. I lost a lot of, I would say, material things that I honestly probably didn't need anyway. And I was just like, all right, well, I mean, you got to lose to win. But the most important thing that I'm glad that I still have a tight hold on is my voice, my family, and my mind. Those are things that I refuse to let the music industry or entertainment business take away from me. Because, man, yeah, that's all you got. That's all you're actually born with, your gifts, your talent, and God gives you a family and stuff like that. And I don't ever want to lose them for trying to overwork and, just go too hard, or be in a situation where, like, just a lot of people that's, getting locked up, going to jail, like that, that's devastating to children. And it's just like, I never wanted that for myself. So I basically try to maintain a clear path. So I wouldn't end up behind bars and stuff like that. But it's so many times, trust me, I was almost to that point. So people don't know. They always, I'm just like, yo, the fact that I remain without a criminal history in this music industry where it's so easy to get caught up, I thank God for that.
Yes. Because nowadays you see it with a lot of different people, especially in R&B nowadays. You feel like, damn, what the hell what are we doing here?
Yeah, people are real. It's crazy. It's sad, but it happens and it's life. So it's just up to us or the individual to be mature enough to be like, yo, I'm not going to take that path. And I'm glad for all the paths that I've taken. It's taking me longer than what people feel it should be to get to the top. Oh, I'm going to get there, but I'll take the slow grind so it's noticeable rather than, well, how did this person just blow up out of nowhere? I want people to see and know the hustle, the struggle, and then you'll be able to see the victory.
Right. And that makes sense. And you mentioned, we talked about R&B. We kind of mentioned it. What is your thoughts on, like, the new female artists in R&B, or just, the direction? Because, I mean, it constantly is progressing as the year goes. We're getting new R&B artists all the time.
Yeah. I mean, these new artists, I wish them well. This industry is not really one that I can sit back and critique anymore, because a lot of people, the fact that if anybody can even get a song out, that's a blessing, because it's just like, yo, people don't understand. It takes a lot to be on radio. It takes a lot to be in the studio. It's somebody paying for that, some kind of way. But what I do want people to get over is that the 90s, that generation, that era is not coming back. So I want people to get over that and realize that, oh, well, we want singers like this to come back. That's over with. It's not that type of era anymore. So you could be cute and don't have to sing, but you can put out a hot song and radio will play it. That's the industry. That's the music business. But it's up to the great singers and the artists that still remain. Just continue to support them. Support the Jennifer Hudsons. Support the Beyonce's, the Alicia Keys, the SWVs, the Jasmine Sullivans, like, just to name a few, not to name them all, but those are people that I've been reading up on for the past couple of days. I'm just like, yo, even though we don't put out a song every week, maybe not even every year, just continue to support. That's why the majority of us are, like, still here, because of the support. But, like, with these new artists, half of them, I don't even know what they look like. So they'll have to use these tools that are here, to basically get out there. Like, that road K. Michelle took, like, as far as doing reality TV, that was a good look for her, because before, like, she'd been out for a minute.
Yeah.
They wasn't. So she was like, all right, I'm going to take another road, but I'm going to still get to the top. She did reality TV, put out some songs. Now she's owning it. Sometimes you alternate. It take you longer, but you're gonna get there. So like with these new artists coming out, I just want them to know that always take the destination that you're comfortable with and live with your decision. Don't ever take a quick way out, but always take the route that you know that feels good, even if and you know it's the right route. When people say, I wouldn't do that if I was you, but you're not me. And I'm glad you wouldn't do it because I'm going to do this, and I'm going to own this situation, and I'm going to maximize and watch you come out on top. And I bet you them same people that told her not to do a Love and Hip Hop, referring to K. Michelle, probably sit back, girl, I loved you on the show. You did your thing.
Yep. You know it, because that's how everybody be, especially when you say, you know what, I'm going to do this to further myself. I'm going to use this platform. And then when you do it, they're like, oh, yeah, I love you. But then they wasn't support from the beginning. They was downing you. They be downing. I'm like, man, get out of here with that fake shit.